What's going on, guys? Just going with Brandon for guys, taking next some more Destiny 2 action, my friends. Continuing our series of the Leviathan raid tutorials, guides, walkthrough, whatever you want to call it. This section is going to be for the Pleasure Gardens, aka the dog section, if you will. A lot of people are calling it the dog section. Now, the first thing you guys are going to want to do when you first get to this area is clear out all the ads that are in the kind of the bottom area here. You guys can see that's the first thing you guys are definitely going to want to do. One quick note is, just like every other walkthrough and guide I've been doing, I'm going to let the gameplay play through from start to finish as I explain what to do. And if I'm done explaining before the gameplay is finished, I'm just going to let it play out so you guys can see the full thing on how to do it. Now, once you guys clear out all the ads, there's going to be 2 relics spawning on that golden statue, one on each corner, and you can see there's like all these light beams. Now, we'll explain what the light beams are for in a second. Underneath that golden statue, in that little area, there's kind of like this circular area at the golden statue's feet. You're going to go in there later on. That's going to be the hole that you're going to have to jump through later on. So keep that in mind. That's called the safe room. Now, at the very start, you're going to have 2 people running relics, and 4 people are actually going to go into that safe room right away, because there's also two doors on the bottom. They're going to grab these kind of pod orb things. Now, what you're going to want to do is have someone leading the pack of 4. So someone's in the front, and everyone else is sticking together super tightly. And the people running relics are going to have to look for these pods. See these pods here? There's a few different locations. I'm going to link the description, I'm going to put a link in the description below that shows a map of all the pod locations and all the dog locations, and you're going to look for the one that's glowing purple. You're going to guide the 4 people that are on the ground to it, and as you guys just seen, once they get to it, you're going to shoot it and break it so it gives them a buff. So what you guys are basically doing is getting a DPS buff, if you will. It's also worth noting, as you guys just seen, as soon as I broke the spore, there was a Cabal that spawned from one of the doors. So make sure you guys keep attention to that, because the guys on the ground cannot shoot the Cabal. It has to be the guys with the orbs that use the light beams to shoot the Cabal. Now, you do have to go into those light beams in order to shoot those pods as well, but there's always going to be a light beam close to those pods. And you can see my friend over there on the other side, he was running that half of the map, and I was running this half of the map. Now, we kind of made our own call out. So the one I'm standing on, this pod right there, I called it Rocks. The first one you guys seen them go to at the very start of this clip, I call that one Safe House on my side. So you guys can just call them whatever you want. Again, I'm going to leave the link in the description below that links you to a map on Reddit, where you guys can download a picture of the actual map. And it's very helpful, so you guys can kind of, you know, see how it works. Now, again, you guys are going to want to get as much of a buff as possible. So this is how it works. When there's 4 people around the pods, each person gets 3 buff. So if you have 4 people there, you get a 12 buff every single time you break a pod by the orb carriers. The idea is to try to get at least 36. So you want to get at least 3 or 4 pods. It's 36 to 48. 48's a really good one. Like, if you can get 48 at least, then that's a really good run. 36 is the idea minimum. If you get 24, you can still, you know, try to pull it off. But otherwise, you know, it's a little bit tricky if you only get like 12 or under that. Now, this is what you guys need the buffs for. Now, you see those dogs roaming around that you're actually avoiding right now? At some point, you're going to want to do damage on them. So you want as high of a buff as possible so you can do the most damage possible. But obviously, you need to get to some spores first before you alert them. Now, if for some reason you alert them too early, you can still try to do as much damage as possible. But obviously, the more buffs you can get before alerting them, the better. There are 6 dogs in the map. There's 3 on the left half and 3 on the right half. Now, again, if you guys check the map, I'm going to be linking in the description below, you'll see that where each dog is kind of going to go hang out. So each dog usually goes to one of the spores to kind of hang out. So the idea is, when you do a damage phase, you want to bring every single dog you know, low in health, but you don't want to kill them until you're ready to kill every single one. The reason for that is, the minute you kill one of them, the next wave, the dogs will get restless a little bit quicker, meaning even if they don't see you, they'll basically be alerted. They'll be alerted even if they don't see you. And that psionic howl happens quicker if you kill one or 2 of the dogs off. So the more dogs you kill off, the quicker they get restless and then are alerted. Does that make sense? Hopefully it makes sense. Now, again, as you guys just seen there, we rushed back to the safe house. You're going to do some damage, and then you're going to run back to the safe house. So as soon as they get alerted, as soon as that psionic howl kind of happens, you have about 30 seconds until that door on the top of the safe house closes, that little like hole. So you got to really count it in your head, or, you know, maybe have someone kind of like quickly hit a timer and pay attention to that like timer or something. I mean, there's different ways you can kind of figure it out. But just do some damage, and let's say, like you guys probably seen in the last phase, where I did a bunch of damage on my dog. So it's also worth noting, you all want to be assigned a certain dog before you do this. So look at the map that I'm going to link in the description below, figure out, you know, where each person is going to go, and every person is going to have their own dog that they're going to do damage on. Now, as you've seen, I did a lot of damage on mine, so I went over to another dog and I kind of trying to help out, lower the health a little bit there. Some people are a higher light level than others. You know, some people are a little bit more powerful, have more powerful weapons, things like that. So keep that in mind. It's obviously ideal to use things like grenades, supers, and especially power weapons when you're damaging the dog. So I was using the Curtain Call rocket launcher, which is a really great rocket launcher that has like little mini like bursts after the main explosion, kind of like the Gallarhorn in Destiny 1, but obviously not as good. I mean, nothing beats a Gallarhorn. But anyway, so use like something like that, maybe a rocket launcher, a shotgun. If you guys have like Hawthorne's forged shotgun is a really good one, or you know, Merciless fusion rifle. You know, something that really packs a punch is going to be ideal, obviously, for that section. Now, again, it's just very important that, you know, throughout these phases, you're communicating very well. You're kind of, you know, letting each other know where's the dog. So the relic holders, so me and my other friend, we have to communicate with the guys on the ground, because when you're on the ground, it's very foggy. So you have to communicate the best of your ability and kind of let them know, you know, the dog's here, the dog's there, okay, you know, hold back, go here. You know, okay, you're clear, you know, things like that, right? So this is our second phase, and this is where we're actually going to kill the dogs off, because we had enough buffs from the first and the second one. So you can see right there, there's already 2 dogs killed. I'm just killing some of the you know, spare dogs, if you will, the red barred dogs, the different dogs. And once all the dogs are dead, that's pretty much it. There you go. Boom. That's it. You completed it. You should get some kind of key. There's a treasure chest right here on top of the golden statue, or the safe room, if you will. It's going to spawn. Go ahead and pick up whatever you get out of that chest, and move on to the next section. Hopefully this was informative for you guys. If you guys have any questions, if you need clarification, if anything was confusing, do not hesitate to ask in the comment section below. I will do my very best to respond and kind of clarify or help you out a little bit further if you guys need any further explanation. I do try to explain it to the best of my ability. Hopefully I explain it well and it's not confusing. If you guys did find it useful, if you enjoyed it, make sure you guys smash the like button, share it with your friends, subscribe, comment, share, and all that awesome stuff. I'll catch you guys in another video with another guide, and like always, until next time, game on, Guardians.